Hey guys, good morning. So today I'm super excited because I am going to show you how to make a Morsbag, which is basically just a reusable tote that you can use to grocery shop with. So this is the second one that I've done, and I gotta say I'm really pleased with it. It came out super fast, super easy. Basically this is working with all the principles that we learned with when we made our quilted postcards, and that's basically what we're gonna do here, except in a larger size, and we're gonna add some seams on the side and add some straps and call it a day. So stick around and I'll show you the process. Okay guys, so this is going to be basically the front of my bag, and it's already sewn together. So when I actually lay this out and measure it out, it's 18 wide by 40 long. The other thing I want you guys to notice is that when I put these panels together, I actually I mirrored them. I didn't do both sides exactly the same. The white stripe is on the left side on one, and then it's on the right side on the other, and I did that just to keep it uniform. So this is pretty much ready to go. The other thing I did was I top stitched every seam. I have my 3 panels. I top stitched every seam, and I made sure that I zigzagged the raw edges for to keep it from shredding on the inside, to keep it nice and clean. So now I'm going to go ahead and move over to my handles. Alright, so this is basically what I'm going to end up with. I have 2 pieces of fabric. This is 4 inches wide by 18 long. So I'm going to flip this so it's wrong side up and make sure it's nice and ironed. I'm going to go ahead and give this a fold and give it an iron down the center. I'm going to open that back up again, and I have this nice crease here. I'm going to fold the inside, or I'm sorry, the outside to that fold, and then give that another iron. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just kind of line them up. And then one more time, fold it up, give it a good iron. And now I'm ready to take this to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew it on both sides. I'm going to sew a seam down here, and I'm going to come back up and sew another seam on the other side, just to make sure these are nice and durable, because they are going to be the handles to my Morsbag. Okay, so I just finished sewing my straps. I did a stitch on both sides to make sure it's nice and durable after I folded it over. So the directions next tell us how to attach the 2 straps to our bag. So to start, I'm going to just fold this top part down, and I'm going to create a maybe like a 1/2 inch hem. I'm just going to fold the top of this down and run the iron over it really quick. And then I'm going to do it one more time. See, when I tuck this in, it's going to leave a nice edge. So you don't see that raw edge on the inside of your bag. It makes for a really nice finish. There we go. So in the directions, she doesn't tell us where to place the handle. She kind of estimates. I kind of like the 5-inch mark. So I'm going to do mine estimated about 5 inches from the edge. I'm going to take my handle, stick it in there, just kind of lay it up. And I have a pin. I'm going to go ahead and pin this in place right here, right now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just line it up at the 5. Okay, so I went ahead and I stitched basically a hemline straight all the way across. I'm sewing my handles into that fold right there. So the directions say next we're going to fold up the handles, kind of make a little fold right there. And then if you want to, you can pin this up there. Kind of, mine doesn't really want to stay. Make sure you take those pins out before you stitch over them. Do the same to this side. Make sure you're pinning vertically. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Just make sure you come up on the other side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another stitch starting here at the handle, on the left, and I'm going to do a forward, reverse, forward all the way across till I get the next part of the strap, and then the same, I'm going to reverse it maybe a couple times just to make sure that these are stitched in here really well, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side for the other handle. Okay, so I have got my handles connected on both sides of my bag, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I actually went forwards and backwards here maybe like 4 or 5 different times, and then I just ran it all the way across till it grabbed the other one. Did the same thing over here, just to make sure that handle is not going to pop off. This is what it looks like from the other side. That handle is actually folded up and over, but sewn twice here and then again over here a couple times. So I'm almost done. The next thing I have to do is sew my side seams together, and I'm going to do that. This is really strange, but I'm actually going to do this facing the right side out, with my fabric facing the right side out. Usually we don't sew seams right side out, we usually sew them inside out, so this will be a little bit different. We're going to do what we call a French seam, and I will show you how to do that in just a second. Okay, so I just sewed a straight stitch down both sides of my bag and created a seam. It's a little different because we normally seams are on the inside, but we're doing a French seam to create a really durable seam to keep the bag together and to be able to bear all that weight. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut off any extra fabric here. I'm just going to trim this up so it's nice and even, especially up here. I'm thinking there we go. Okay, so my Morsbag is done pretty much, and I have to say I'm really, really pleased with how it came out. I really like the pattern. I really like the design on it. But I did want to mention a couple